What does this blaster look like? First impressions. And back in the box. No, thank you. Hello everyone, my name is Beret, and sometimes I wear a beret, and this is the Nerf Limited Mandalorian Ambient Phase Pulse Blaster. It's so big, I can't fit it into frame, and I'm not even going to try. This is a long package, and I have been waiting for this package for a long time. I ordered it through Hasbro Pulse, I didn't cancel my order, I waited through and finally got it in the last few days of 2021. And now that I finally have it in my possession, I don't really want to talk about it because everyone's already talked about this thing. You know the good, you know the bad. The only special thing is that because it came through Hasbro Pulse, it got a more form-fitting box, but still like no protection for the package, so this is still slightly banged up in some cases, and you can still order it again, like on Amazon, on Hasbro Pulse. I don't really have a huge desire to talk about this very special first Nerf Limited blaster anymore. Wait, what? What's that voice? Oh, that's right. Technically, this isn't the first Nerf Limited blaster. Technically, there's something else that came first, and it was a bit more loosely tied in, but it still did have that Nerf Limited seal of approval, and I never jumped on it because I didn't care. Until now. Now I guess I care. A little bit. For some odd reason, I have picked one up. This is a sleeve, but it's hinting at a collaboration with Travis Scott, Fortnite, and Nerf. Let's get a few things out of the way. I did not pre-order this when it first came out. It was available for pre-order from Travis Scott's website or something like that. I don't care about Travis Scott. I don't care about Fortnite. I don't care about Cactus Jack. I do care about Nerf. That's the reason I have it now. But obviously in recent events, Travis Scott is not exactly doing the best right now. And even worse, the people who attended his concert and were killed. Obviously, the tragedy that happened at his concert is terrible, but I think we can agree that this blaster can be talked about, removed from that whole situation. This was just the latest in one of those collaborations, and it happened to be with Nerf. He sells a bunch of other stuff. But there's one thing that happened, especially with this blaster, that seemed to be deserving a little bit of discussion, and that was, because it was the very first Nerf Limited blaster, it was the first to be available for pre-order, but not from Hasbro Pulse, and it did happen to include a little verbiage that said that the product may differ when it arrives. The packaging may differ when it arrives. And boy, were they right about that. If you haven't seen Legit Bread's video about this blaster, I do highly recommend watching that because he was an actual early consumer of that blaster. He bought it himself and then waited and finally got it. So through his patience, through his extra payments to get it shipped to him in Canada, boy, it was quite the experience. But today we're looking at it a long time later just to see, is it as iconically bad as people have been making it out to be? So I bought this particular box from someone on OfferUp. Enjoy that glare, oh my goodness. So I paid $5 less than what this originally retailed for. It was $65 and then plus shipping or whatever. So technically, profit or something, I don't know. It came with the sleeve. As you can see, wow, what a fancy sleeve that is. And then on the back, nothing. So this sleeve is pretty dumb, but I got it, and that means something. And underneath, we've got the more iconic box. The box is pretty nice. It's based off of the model in-game, which I had to look up, and I'll say, that also looks kind of cool. I can understand why there'd be some hype for this overall packaging. I can understand that at the time, this would have been a desirable, if not unique, collaboration for some people to get their hands on. You got all the characters on the front. They're doing their thing. They're doing their Fortnite thing too. Comes with a 10 dart magazine. Comes with 20 Fortnite darts. Oh, that's interesting. 20 Fortnite darts. That's what it says on the back. Unfortunately, I didn't get any of those. But I do have the magazine. I do have the blaster. The Fortnite-AR Goosebumps. The verified sticker on the side is broken, so yes, it has already been opened up, therefore losing all of its resale value. But let's see, what does this blaster look like? First impressions. Oh my God! And back in the box. No thank you. Greetings, weary traveler, and welcome to the BERT Zone. It's kind of dark in here, isn't it? Well, while you're here, why not pick up a commemorative BERT Zone shirt from Silver Fox Industries? Short sleeve, long sleeve. It's yours, friend. Each purchase comes with a themed sticker and other mysterious goodies. But don't wait too long. Once pre-orders close on March 7th, 2022, they're gone forever. So get in the zone. The BERT Zone. Well, the blaster looks terrible. Thank you everyone so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Actually, no, I'm a little bit joking. I thought this was going to be uglier than it actually is. You know what? It's not as bad as I thought. They could have screwed up worse. Man, I'm a real nice person, aren't I? The yellow on this blaster compared to the yellow on the box is so much more muted, like this weird mustard. The real problem is that they're trying to make this transparent. The blue on this blaster is transparent, and it is easier to see that in person. Hey folks, Editing Bret here. I'm using transparent and translucent interchangeably because originally I thought that the outer shell was more transparent, so you could see through it, and then the overall effect was more translucent. Upon further inspection, the blue's sparkly nature does make it a little bit more translucent overall, so just ignore what I'm saying and pretend I'm always saying translucent. At least back here it is, and then there's like this light blue on the back, which isn't transparent, so I think if they'd like kept this blue and put that in the front, it would have looked cooler, but then you wouldn't have gotten this translucent effect, which they, I think, did better on a more recent edition of the Nerf AR and the rocket launcher and the pistol, what was that, the Ripley? But that was also just like a blue to a blue, and this was throwing in a bunch of different colors. The yellow, yeah, is still not great. When it fades to blue, it gets a little green, looks a little gross. And then the real offender, which pops on the box, reds, the purples, the oranges, but on the blaster, that's pretty bad. I mean, what the heck is going on there? And I'm pretty sure this is the same for all other units. On the other side, you've got a transparent jam door. I think that looks okay because you can actually see through it and you could therefore see a jammed dart. This would never jam, this is a Nerf blaster. And then of course on the one side, you've got the detailing of the name and you've got the Fortnite. Only on the one side, on this side it's not painted, of course. You've got the transparent blue, it's sparkly blue. That's why I think in person it's not coming off as bad, but still it's like with the entire other colors they used, a weird choice. And then you can see on the bottom as well, the mismatch on the stock piece is like, what? Otherwise the blaster's perfect, 10 out of 10. I've never actually reviewed the Nerf Fortnite-AR on my channel before, so here's your quick review of that. This is basically the exact same, all models have been, regardless of their color scheme. I don't love the base blaster because the handle is really small and cramped. I'm fairly certain this is the exact same. If I'm wrong, I'll eat my words, but I've used one of these before over the extent of a day, and it was not nice to my hand using that rev trigger. The batteries might be dying on this thing or are pretty close to dead, so I'll have to change those out for chronograph data later. The mag release is gross, being in the trigger well. You know, it works. The magazine as well is pretty much the exact same. You got the little llama.
Hello there.
Llama on the front there. The front's got this orange stripe to it. I don't know why that's the case. The batteries go in right here on the front, and the orange pieces are still the orange pieces. This sight on the back flips down. This can flip forward. The stock is small. In its original configuration, like a $50 oversized semi-auto flywheel blaster. And that in its own right is not the worst thing ever. At 50 bucks, it's a bit much. Obviously with the Fortnite tax, that's how it goes up in price. And with the Travis Scott price, 65 is definitely pushing it. The extra barrel in the front is definitely going to lessen your ranges. This long Picatinny rail, Nerf Picatinny rail on the top means all of your Nerf attachments will work there just fine. Nothing on the front here though. And the stock, even though it looks like it should be removable, is not. So a little bit of wiggle. What does one do with a Fortnite AR Goosebumps? What does one do with the packaging? I'll tell you what one of my friends did. Coney Dog put some love and care into this blaster, opened it up, gave it the appropriate shine that it deserved. I'll link to that video because it's probably one of the prettiest renditions of this blaster out there, at least that I've seen. So like, what's the point of this blaster now? Well, it's the exclusivity, I guess. The FOMO marketing. Guys, you gotta get this before it disappears. Now I have one. Am I cool? So Nerf Limited started off with their FOMO marketing and they've continued it ever since. Clearly you can find some for a more reasonable price if you really want to, but an unopened one is still gonna cost you a bit of money. In that regard, if you're gonna leave it in its packaging, I suppose it's worth something, but as always, it's gonna be up to you guys. And if you really just want something that looks like this, you want something that you can paint up, you want this shell, yeah, there are some cheaper options out there, especially if you're looking for a used version of the Nerf AR. The yellow one in its base configuration is perfect for painting, and you should definitely be able to find it for less than 50 bucks. What did I just hit behind me? I will say there are some positives by comparing the Nerf Limited AR Goosebumps with the Nerf Limited Mandalorian Blaster, because the sleeve that came with the Fortnite one is pretty bare bones. It's pretty lame. Sure, if you have this, I suppose it can go up in resale value. At least this is something special. Like the packaging on this is cool too. Or wait a minute. Sorry, this is the special Nerf Limited thing. And the box on that one's cool too. Oh, I know one. The Mandalorian blaster came with special silver darts, which match the blaster and nothing else. They don't sell any other silver darts as far as I'm aware of. And something like the new Boba Fett blaster is going to come with golden darts, which are special to that blaster and the cylinders. Well, that's kind of cool. Meanwhile, the AR Goosebumps comes with the standard Nerf Fortnite darts. Nothing special there, right? They've improved so much. I'm really reaching here, guys. Give me something. I'd love to hear what you guys think about this particular blaster. Do you think it's ugly? Or does it get a little more hate than it actually deserves? Do you hate it just because it's a Travis Scott tie-in? Any and all thoughts, I'd love to hear from you down in the comment section below. With that, thank you everyone so much for watching. Subscribe for a Nerf Mandalorian review sometime by next Christmas, and I will see you next time. Get this thing off me.